that shit would probably feel so nice. When you're listening, your skin's glistening. It's like, yo, all these dope streamers gonna fucking get it in. Like, yo.
Toxic gossip train. Alright. That's all pigs. What do you want? I didn't do nothing. It was the LSD truck. Whoa! Whoa! Dude. Hey, cab!
Putting children in harm's way, and you're literally signing a petition.
No! No!
What wish Trump could be my dad?
Yeah, self-report. I was Trump, my daddy, buddy.
Feel absolutely normal. Yep.
Jesus is my savior and Trump is my daddy. Fucking spilly
Trans rights.
1312 ACAB. That's right. Trans rights. Fuck yeah. Burn that Yankee swastika.
Shooting vax from the rooftops. Pew pew. Dark.
L, G, B, D, Q, A.
Oh!
Hey!
And what up, baby?
What up, baby?
Going on? Happy motherfucking New Year, homie.
Happy New Year. Let's go. What up, cuties? Let's go.
What up,
Let's
what up?
go.
How do I, can I, I finally did it. I finally didn't fuck up a dual stream. You did it, baby.
I mean, we just started talking, so give me time to fuck it up.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're definitely gonna fuck it up, probably, but
We're gonna fuck it up
it's going good so far.
in a good way.
So far, so good. Yeah.
Hell yeah. How's your New Year's been? How's your
True.
stream?
It's been amazing. Yeah, you know,
Awesome.
hanging with the cuties.
Yup. That's what's up.
Nothing better. Yeah, ain't nothing better
Hell yeah.
than hanging with my cuties. How about you, homie?
Same, honestly. Have you gone down any unexpected rabbit holes this evening?
All kinds of them. Yeah.
Yeah, naturally.
Yeah. ADHD rabbit holes. You know. There's every stream though. You know.
Here's one of ours this evening. You know the cop slide? The slide that the cop goes down, fucks him up.
We did that too. Yeah.
You did that too.
Yeah, we did because Buddy had like retweeted it today. So
Was it a news story
you know,
or was it
like-
just the video?
no, it's just the video. We were doing like a recap of like
The best shit.
2023. Yeah.
Yep. That's definitely one of the best memes of the year.
Oh man, yeah, definitely one of the best videos.
Basic slide.
Fucking yeah, it fucking totally wrecked that pig, dude.
Yeah, remind me to
slide.
send you the thing we watched because it's like, I don't know what I can't remember what channel it is. It's like, I don't know. It's an actual news story covering the video of the cop, and like it's so fucking funny because, like, apparently people have been going there, and it's like the slides is not for adults or whatever. There's a sign that says like, don't go on the shit. Basically, if you're over 12.
Yeah, okay. Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I saw a video of like a little baby going down it and they were just fine or whatever. So
It's engineered to fuck up adults. It's like follow the rules.
That's awesome.
But yeah, yeah, it's like a Peter Pan
Make
slide.
more of those.
Fucking-
Peter Pan slide.
That's the kind of slide that they have to get into the Lost Boys headquarters. Probably like you get knocked out on your way in if you try.
Hell yeah.
But there's people have been going there like, and there's more videos of people just getting fucked up like on the same slide. So beware adults.
Hell yeah.
Well, Hey, it's awesome to talk to you. Have we ever? I don't know if we've ever like really talked actually, other than
This is our
via
first
chat.
like stream. Yeah, I don't know. We might have talked on Discord like off stream. Or no. You came on. Did you come on Spilly's channel? I think one time we had Kaya and
Maybe. Yeah, I
I'm
might have
pretty
popped
sure
in for
you
a
like
second.
raided and then you might have came on for a second. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny though, because whether or not there was that time or not, like it just feels so normal, I guess, because I've maybe just have listened to you talk so much. It doesn't
Yeah,
like,
it's
yeah.
same. Yeah. It's like
Um,
we've just been homies forever and shit. Like,
yep. I
cause
think I just got my
yeah, I listened to
24
your.
month sub or 24 months like
Oh
on your
damn!
stream the other
Holy
day.
shit!
Or maybe it's longer. That's how we say it. It's like when you have a baby, instead of saying years, we'll keep saying months forever.
Yeah. 24-month stream babies. Gotta go to
Yeah.
Spillies.
But that's almost as long as I've been on Twitch. Like you were one of the very first people that I subscribed. You might have
Yeah,
been the
you were
very
like one of
first.
my like first like Twitch friends too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
Way back
remember
in the
you
day.
came along. Yeah, there's like, yeah, like super early on. Yeah, because I
Uh,
didn't know anybody when I came on here, so like
Me
it was just
neither.
random.
Did you just start streaming? Like did you get in any streams or anything before you started?
Um,
Like
we,
were you
we
chatting places and stuff? Or I mean,
oh
like you
no,
don't really
I
chat
never
anyways.
chatted or
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, no, I just came on and I was doing like Donkey Kong speed runs and shit. I actually made
Oh, that's
this
right.
to do music. I was gonna do like I got asked to do like a stream like festival or whatever because of COVID. And I was like, fuck, I don't know how to fuck to even stream, so I couldn't like I got asked to play this like Metal Spaghetti Fest. It was a festival I would normally play every year until
Uh-huh.
like COVID happened and shit.
Right.
And they asked me, they did a digital one in 2020, and I was like, fuck. So I made this. And I didn't even have the internet until 2022 or 2021 was what like
You didn't even have the internet?
yeah, all through 2020 I couldn't afford the fucking internet. So
Okay. Like
like
you
it,
had
that
you it almost sounds like you're saying like this was like your first foray into the internet, but obviously not.
no, I mean just living in this apartment, like it didn't have the internet when I moved in here and shit. I had it the last one I lived
At
at
the
and
time,
shit,
yeah,
but
you didn't have it. Okay, that makes
yeah,
sense.
I moved into this apartment and I just couldn't afford to like, you know,
Yep.
get it installed
Internet's
and all that shit.
expensive. Especially
Fuck
sucks
yeah.
too, because like internet's so shitty in this country that like a lot of things, like especially anything infrastructure related, is so shitty that if you do end up paying for it, oftentimes it fucks up. So I don't know if you've dealt with a lot of that, but it seems like your stream's always pretty solid.
Oh, it
I
used to
guess you
be it,
have. I remember back
yeah,
in the
it
day.
used to go down like every 3 hours or whatever, but that was just that computer. Like if I was running OBS, it was on full, like it was on 100 CPU or whatever, just OBS by itself. Then if I did a Google search, it would just take down the stream and shit. Like, or try to watch a video and just be like, "Pew," like computer shut off and
How
shit.
dare you? How dare
Yeah,
you?
yes.
Oh my god, yeah. I used to get crashes from my network fucking up like every stream, like just over and over every single time. Like it's so
Yeah,
annoying because
yeah.
you put so much work in just to get a stream running, much less like doing the thing, like actually performing or talking to chat and all that.
Yeah, totally. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just like I was doing like speed runs at first on this channel because I didn't know what to do with it really. Because once
Yeah.
I made this channel, everybody quit doing. Everybody started going like on normal tours again. Like COVID was over or some shit. I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like people were there was no more digital festivals. Oh,
Yeah.
which reminds me, I'm gonna do digital festivals this year
Uh-huh.
in
Uh-huh.
2024. So
Hey, like
you
music
want to
music
like get
shit?
on that shit? Yeah,
Oh
I'm
fuck
trying to
yeah,
get
dude.
all the cuties on it. Like it'll be like me and
Yeah, hit
Red
me up.
Rose,
Like I would help you with
Red
the like
Buzz,
coordination or whatever if you need help on the
breaking
actual
time.
um
Hell yeah,
production or whatever. to whatever extent I
Yeah,
can.
or you could do like if you want to do a set of. I don't know if you do like.
I mean, I have.
Well, you do sets all the time on fucking your own street, like
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
freestyling and shit. So
I mean that. Yeah, no, that's. I'm fucking stoked about that idea, and it's cool because it's reflecting like the last conversation we had. We had Globus on, then we had Paradigm Shift, and we were talking about streamers collaborating and like moving past whatever sort of shit exists in this space currently, which is oftentimes toxic and like not productive. I mean, I feel like in some ways it's been worse in the past. I mean, like even if we talk about your stream, but you know, being a musician and performing is something we could relate on. I guess I'll try to
hell yeah.
quickly intro you for my chat is like, I mean, they all know you, so we have the same audience. It's funny. Me,
Yeah,
you and
yeah.
Kaya.
hell yeah, the unholy trinity.
Yup. Yep.
That's what Sarah calls us anyway.
Yes, epic name.
Oh yeah,
A cutie coalition, fucking dark gang, all like
fuck yeah.
a. So, I don't know. It's just like hard for me to even introduce you because like you're very familiar to me. But I guess speaking about like the way you started streaming, it reminded me of like why I like your content and why probably a lot of people can relate is because you're so authentic. You know what I mean? Like you're so unique and authentic, and it's just like to me that's everything, and that's like why I immediately followed you and just like have always watched your stream and like continue to sub and everything. But there's a lot of things beyond that I've
Yeah,
related to
same.
personally. Like we were both raised in a
Right, I was gonna say we
evangelical.
both had the evangelical background. Like your dad was a preacher, right? Like a evangelical. Yeah, so my parents did the fucking the Sunday school for the little kids or whatever, like the fucking 0 to
Oh, okay.
3-year-olds or some shit. But
Yeah.
they weren't
When
like,
you're involved in the church and they make so much emphasis on that, like almost like shaming people who aren't like
oh
doing
yeah,
children's church or like the youth group and like whatever the fuck. Because I'm sure your dad didn't get paid to do
Yeah.
that. They just
No,
were
no,
like,
they didn't get paid. They were just volunteering or whatever. Yeah.
Yep, yep. Did your family ever clean the church?
Yeah,
I don't know.
we used to do all kinds of stupid shit. Yeah, like we used to
Yeah.
fucking clean up after like the dinners or whatever the fuck. Like they would have like
Did you have potlucks?
luncheons and shit. Yeah, and we would have to like do the dishes and stuff like that. Yeah, we used to do all that shit.
I used to have to clean the toys from the children's church, like whatever, which is what we called it. Which is, I guess, everything had to be different because we were
children's church, that's what my
non-denominational.
parents did. Yeah,
Like it's not Sunday school; it's children's church.
yeah, yeah.
Which I guess they are different, like in the way that
Yeah,
they were
because Sunday school was like
actual school. Like you actually learn about the Bible.
right, and they would even give us fucking homework. Like they made us read the Bible, and I was stupid enough to fucking do it. And like a lot of people, I'm sure, just like said fuck that, and But then they would like ask us questions in the next week or whatever. Like it was during like summer vacation or whatever. They would fucking do that. They're like, okay, now you read this chapter and shit. We're gonna ask you, and you didn't have to, but I fucking did it anyway because I was fucking stupid. I just thought like, oh,
Overachiever. Well, you're
I
trying
better
to
do it, like, or they're gonna be mad or something.
Well, yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
Did you? I don't know. I remember the guy who was the youth pastor who eventually became the pastor, like after my dad.
Oh damn.
I remember he was teaching us in children's church one time, and that's one of the things that's weird is like I feel like it was random people. Like you were just putting us back in the back room during service with like a randomly selected adult. Not randomly selected, they
Yeah.
volunteered, which maybe makes it even weirder, but like and they were just teaching us shit out of the Bible. What the like how do you know what they were even teaching us, dude? Like it's so
Yeah.
weird.
They would make shit up half the time. Like
They were.
I would ask them questions about like shit they would get mad about me asking all these questions and shit, like like shit that didn't make sense. Like, well, what if someone never heard of Jesus in their entire life? Like they lived in a country that they never heard of the concept. What happens
Yep.
to them? They go to hell, and they were like, Yeah, no,
They come up with something, yeah.
they talk to Jesus once they die, and then he's like,
They'd
"Well,
get an
do you believe in
opportunity.
me?" And I'm like, "Well, if you could see him, I mean, that's a
Yeah,
lot more
yeah.
credibility
Can't
than
we all just
fucking when
do
you're
that
on
then?
Earth and he's not here." Like,
Yeah, why didn't he just come down in the first place?
yeah,
Or
like why did they get that? It would be better to never tell anybody about Jesus because they might fucking
exactly. Oh
doubt
my God,
that,
true.
you know.
So
And they would
true.
just get so fucking
Go ahead.
mad when I would ask those
Yep.
questions and shit.
That's so true. Cause
Oh
yeah,
man.
then everyone would just get to go to heaven oblivious, like, and Jesus is like, "Sup, I'm Jesus," and you're like, "Wow, I've never heard of you before." Like, did you know I died for your sins? You'd be like, "Oh, okay, thanks," and then be let into
Like,
heaven,
oh,
I guess.
cool. Yeah, right. Like, do you believe in me? Like, well, you're right here,
Yeah.
so obviously, yeah.
This kind of feels like a dream. Like, oh, fucking disbelief, hell.
Yeah, go to hell. Damn, I fucked
Yeah.
up.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember asking like so many questions like that. And of course, like they can't answer every possible question about contradictory things that a kid would come up with just logically. They don't want to think about that shit because they're in cognitive
Yeah.
dissonance. They're trying to avoid having any doubt because that makes them a bad Christian. But when you're a kid and you're just authentically like, well, what about this? Like you're not trying to like because you actually believe it when you're a kid. If your parents
Yeah,
tell you,
totally. Yeah, I believed
like,
everything
yeah,
for
there's
a
no
long
doubt.
time. Yeah.
It's full faith. You know what I mean? Which
Mhm.
supposedly, if you have full faith, then you can fucking move a mountain by telling it to
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
But yeah, like so. But yeah, then you ask them a question, like, and then they feel the doubt welling up within them. So that's why they get mad. Is because they're like, who are you? Who the fuck are you? Who
Who
the
the
fuck?
fuck are you? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They would get fucking pissed and then kind of like treat you like an asshole for even asking those questions and shit. Like,
Yeah, it's like you're an asshole for fucking trying to indoctrinate me since I was 3 years old, dude. Since I could literally
yeah,
understand anything and I have no
before I
ability.
could even make a coherent thought, they're fucking banging the shit into my head. Like,
Yeah, I mean, fucking, I mean, we've kind of gone back and forth about this a bunch, but I guess one of the things for me, probably the thing that sticks out the most for me, in terms of like how that affected me, okay, there's a lot of shit because it goes really deep, right? I don't know how long you were in church
yeah,
for, but like, is
yeah,
your
my
family still
whole like
religious?
upbringing. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still
I mean, my
like,
family's not, and I'm really lucky about that, but my family is also
oh,
like
that's good.
shattered apart, like from what it used to be. Like it's
Oh,
way fucking just everyone's like separated from each other, and like I still, we're still close, some of us, but like I don't know. Part of that is obviously losing religion and other shit that happened, but like the main way that I remember it affecting me is like night terrors and being hella afraid of like demons and like
oh, fuck
getting pulled out of
yeah,
my bed
same.
and shit. And like I recently have realized because I've been dealing with a lot of trauma and like past shit because I've been alone. I got divorced this year. Like so I've been dealing with all this past stuff and I connected recently my bad sleep schedule is like I used to stay up all night scared, dude, just laying there. Like I was
Yeah,
just scared and I wasn't
yeah,
trying to
same.
sleep. I
I
was
used to
fucking
like
scared.
worry about like, oh, if I fucked up something and I didn't realize it and I accidentally die, like I'm going to fucking hell and like I got to make sure that I did everything right, like
Yeah,
and
fucking
just like ask for forgiveness for literally everything because I don't know if that'll send me to hell or not. Like so it was just constant like
me too.
freaking
Oh
out.
my God.
Yeah.
I always would pray like so often. Like anytime I did anything bad, especially once like hit puberty. I don't know. I feel like I don't know if it's from the Christian grooming. I honestly think it is. Like I
Mhm.
was like looking at shit, trying to
It
look at like porn and
most
shit when I
definitely.
was
Yeah.
before normal puberty age. Like, and like as soon as that shit happened, like and I got shamed for it, I got caught, whatever, like then
Yeah.
anytime any sexual feeling, whatever, like and I'm just like a really sexual person, I guess. I don't know, like maybe whatever the fuck. But either way, like I was always ashamed, and so anytime anything bad happened, like literally connecting shit, like if I'm gonna win my soccer game, to like how much I had like sinned lately, mainly like porn or like whatever bad sexual thoughts, which were literally just
Yeah.
normal for my age. But yeah.
Yeah,
So,
totally.
or like
Yeah,
if
I
I
have
if
the
I was
same
gonna have a
shit.
bad dream, since I'd be so afraid, because I feel like my worst night terrors honestly were like when I was like 13 and 14 and shit. So I don't know, but eventually, once I stopped being afraid, like being like, there's actually nothing to be afraid of because nothing's ever happened. Like I applied the scientific method. And I said, have any time I've ever been laying in bed, afraid a demon was gonna pull my ankle and pull me out of the fucking bed out from under the covers. Has it ever happened one time? And the answer is no. And then I'm like, oh, I just had to remember that. And yeah, eventually I got over it. But
Yeah.
although I am being haunted by my fucking smoke detector, which started beeping during this stream.
Oh fuck.
Hey, what up, Raiders?
Maggie.
Thanks for the raid, Jet. Let's fucking go. We're talking to Gwen, aka Usah0le.
Yo.
I mean, like, do you remember the process of deconstruction for you? Like, was
Oh
there
yeah.
something that set it off? Was it like a long process? I mean, it always is long, I
It
feel
was
like, but
like a little bit at a time. Like I would question this one thing. I'd be like, something about that like just doesn't seem right, you know, and then
do you remember what
it
the
would
instigating thing kind of was?
um
I mean, it sounds like you were
well,
questioning the whole time, just in a normal way.
yeah, thanks. Well, like when I was 12 years old was the first time I had thoughts of like, what if God isn't real? It was actually, you know what's funny about it? It was fucking Santa Claus that made me think like,
Oh,
oh, my parents were lying to me about that. What else are
that's
they
so
lying
crazy.
about? And then so I started thinking about like, what if they're lying about like all this odd shit? Like, so I started thinking about that, and
Yeah,
that was like the first thing, and then there was just so many other things, like being a queer kid, you know, like
yeah.
they were constantly like my church, like every fucking once a month had like an anti-gay sermon, like it was just,
Yo,
you
double
know,
raid.
constantly.
Hey,
Oh
thank you for
shit!
the raid, nah MPS. Nah
Great.
MPS. Hey, oh, we got a femboy raid. Let's
Hell
go.
yeah, them
Welcome in, welcome
boys.
in. We're talking to fellow NB streamer, the Based, Usah0le, as part of our 24-hour stream. We were talking about our religious upbringings. Both of us had very religious upbringings. I was gonna follow up on something. I'm gonna forget. Hey, creatures! Thanks for resubscribing, and non-PS. Thank you for the rating and for following. Welcome in, everybody. Okay. Yeah. Man, I'm trying to remember. What we were just talking about.
I was talking about how
Oh,
Santa
Santa.
Claus was the
Yeah,
first thing that made me question everything,
I find
basically.
that
It was
super interesting
the
because, like,
catalyst.
I always had pinpointed that would be something that, like, would make kids basically question. I'm almost wondering if there's a utility in Santa because of that, like a critical thinking sort of thing. Like maybe you need to like
Hmm.
understand the fallibility or like of your parents. I don't think that's ever the intention of people with Santa.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's the intention. Like, it definitely wasn't with my parents for sure. It
Yeah.
was
Well,
just
my
like,
parents
this is
wouldn't
what you
like
do. You tell them about Santa or
my
whatever.
parents
Like,
like I wasn't allowed to believe in Santa. Like they told me Santa was not real right off the bat.
oh, that's how my grandma was. Yeah, my grandma
Yeah.
would say that, but
And you'd be
like,
like, "Fuck you, grandma.
yeah,
You're just
my
old."
parents would be like, she's just old. She's going through a midlife crisis and this and that or something. I'm like, oh, okay. Because, yeah, she'd be like, no, it's about Jesus. Like,
I remember,
whatever.
and there was a lot of examples of this kind of thing, but I remember probably like second grade before I got homeschooled. They were literally just coloring a picture of Santa, not like nothing crazy. Literally just a picture of Santa. Like, and
Yeah.
I, because I wasn't allowed, like, I felt so convicted, like, that I had to tell them I didn't believe in Santa, and like left, like I left the classroom. Like they let me leave.
Oh
And
yeah,
I sat in the
yeah.
hall because I didn't believe in Santa, but I couldn't even color a picture of it, which my parents wouldn't probably have cared about that, but like I as a kid, I was like, I don't believe in Santa. And it's like, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
And
would
then
get in
our parents would
trouble
always tell
for
us
like
like,
saying
don't
that
tell
to
the other
other
kids.
kids.
Don't
Yeah,
ruin it.
yeah. I remember kids getting in trouble for like telling other kids that like Santa wasn't real and shit.
Yeah.
I believed in Santa for a really long time because like I got over the Easter bunny like pretty quick. I was like, there's no fucking bunny running around like, but then I was like, but Santa's just a dude, you know? He's a person, so that seems real.
Right.
Like it seemed plausible to my like little kid brain, I guess. Like and kids would make
It's
fun of me because I still believed in Santa for I like none of my friends like believed in it anymore, and I was still like, no, it's just a dude. Like,
so I mean, maybe it was pretty important to you then, the concept of Santa.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, it was like because
like
I just like I fucking believed in it with all my heart and shit. So yeah, the
yeah, well,
day that I found out, I was like, damn, they're fucking lying to me, like. Because I just
to
thought
my
they would
just
never
flat out
lie to me,
lying.
you know? Like,
Yeah, my
my parents
own
would
fucking
never
parents.
lie. It's a sin, you know? Like, why
Yeah.
would it?
And they'll even tell you that white lies are sin. They'll literally
Yeah,
say like a white lie, which a white lie could be so fucking harmless. A white lie could be
right.
like, something like because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings, they'll tell you that
Yeah,
that's still
yeah.
lying. Like,
Or
okay, but
like
what about
a cop asks you, like, you got anything on you I should know about? Like, no, sir. And, even when you got like weed and shit.
yeah, fuck up your life just so that you're not a
Yeah, and you
sinner.
gotta, yeah, it's almost like you have to lie at that point. But
Yeah, I mean you should lie to cops.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
If
never
anybody
fuck.
doesn't. I actually
Yeah.
love lying to cops is like one of my favorite things. Like if I ever get the
Yeah.
opportunity to do it, I always feel like very satisfied afterwards.
Oh, hell yeah. If I get a, yeah.
There
Like,
have been a
if you
couple
get
times.
away
Well, yeah,
with
you have to
something.
get away with it, obviously. Like
Yeah.
if you don't get away with it, then
Then it's like, hell yeah. Like, that dumbass cop didn't even know I fucking got an ounce of weed in my pocket.
misdirect.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, my brother always would tell me the story about my younger brother. Like the cops came up to him when they were smoking weed down by the river. Like it was like music in the park shit happening, and how he perfectly like rolled the joint off of his leg like onto the ground, like put his foot on it, and like
Impure.
Oh, yeah. Dude, yeah, I've had a couple of those situations too.
yeah,
Yeah,
close calls,
totally.
and then
Like,
afterwards you just laugh at how dumb
yeah.
they are, especially because they're always acting so like tough and like
Yeah, they're
we
so
know what you're
like
doing.
superior to everybody and shit, and it's like, you dumbass motherfucker. Like, yeah, there was one time I threw my weed in a bush that I was standing next to, and fucking, so they searched me, and I came back the next day, and the weed was still in the bush, and I was like,
Let's fucking
yes.
go,
I didn't think it would still be
dude.
there, but it was, so I was like, fucking
That must
super
have been the
psyched.
best bowl you ever smoked.
Oh my god, yeah, I was so fucking happy. We smoked like 3 bowls in a row because it was fucking.
That
It
was,
was
I
like a
mean, that was,
celebration.
what was that if not God condoning the smoking of
Yeah,
marijuana
for real. I
and
mean,
saying fuck the cops?
literally the fucking Bible, and the very first page says like, every seed bearing plant is made for man or whatever, which is
That's
I was
real.
always like, that means weed, right?
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
that's why else would they say that? Like, what other
Of
seed
course it
bearing plant
does.
are they talking about? Like,
See, that's where the making shit up part comes in real handy. Is
yeah,
like, cause yeah, then anytime
you can
anything
interpret it.
contradicts, yeah, just make a reason why that thing that it specifically says directly actually is wrong because of reasons that if it's inconvenient to me, then I'm just gonna put that in the the fucking this compartment over here, or come up with a reason on the spot. Do you think they actually believe it?
Yeah.
I remember asking my mom like about rising sea levels, because I heard about it in the fucking through the grapevine or something, because I was homeschooled and I had Christian Science textbooks, so I was learning about like how the earth was 6,000 years old and how there's actually scientific proof of it, and they were trying to like do apologetics, and like I heard about this from somebody and I asked my mom about it, and like my mom is really fucking smart. Like it's weird that she got in this cult. Like goes to show people can get in a cult if they're smart, but like
it can happen to anybody for sure.
yeah, but like I asked her about it and she said something like, oh, she said the scripture about how God said the waters would never rise. It's something about like after, you know, the great flood, like the Noah's Ark story.
Oh right, he did the rainbow.
The rainbow,
and he's never gonna do it again. Yeah.
The co-opting of gay pride, the rainbow. That's that's about how climate change isn't real.
Our rainbow. It's like, damn, we're more powerful than God, I guess. We just
fucking
his rainbows that slapped them.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, so she just said that, and I was just like, okay, what? I just like kind of forgot about it. Now I think back, and I just think about her thought process. Like, did she believe what she was fucking saying? Like, she wanted to.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
I wonder about that shit too. I feel like a lot of Christians don't believe as much as because the reason I think that is because they're afraid to die. It's just like, if you really believed in Jesus and like when you die you're gonna go to heaven where it's like fucking amazing, like streets of gold, you're gonna live in a mansion and all this shit, like why would you be, wouldn't that be like the best thing ever to fucking die and go be with Jesus? Like you would think.
Yeah, for real. I hate
that's
that
why
concept.
I think they don't. Yeah, that's why I think a lot of people don't believe as much as they like let on, or something. I don't know.
Well, I don't think they even have thought deeply about it. Like that's where if you do epistemology or like talk about how you came to determine that thing is true with people, then you quickly find out. Like if you get them to answer questions about their beliefs long enough, if they're intellectually honest, a lot of times they haven't ever been asked those questions or thought of them themselves, and they'll be like, oh wow, my beliefs are contradictory, and that's like a total mind fuck.
Yeah, totally. I would say some shit sometimes, and my family would just start crying and shit. Like I would just say like something like, "Well, the Bible's been translated so many times that who knows what it really said."
Yeah.
And they all started crying, and I'm like, "Fuck!" Like I wasn't expecting that. I was just like trying to point out something that I had no idea they were gonna get upset. But it was because they never thought of that, and so it like made them question for a second, and they freaked out, I guess, and like they didn't.
And that's just so
That's how they
surface
handled
level.
it. Like, yeah. That was just. I wasn't even trying to like make them
Cause an
question anything.
existential
I was just bringing up, I just
That's
was trying to bring up a point to what we were talking about, or
mean atheist making the family cry.
I know, I felt so bad too. I was just like, oh my god, I should have never said that. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I think it's important, but yeah, it's difficult with people because I don't want to like upset people either. But like, damn, I've been upset by what the fuck the church did to me and my psyche and like what I've had to work through.
Like, god damn, like really, it fucking ruined my life for
literally
years and years and it's like I can't get that back. Like it's so
that's where the anger and like that's where like the real fucking pain for me now comes in, is just thinking that exact thing is like all those years were just whatever. And no matter how you're raised, like you'll experience trauma and shit. So like
for sure, yeah.
But it's, I don't know, it's pretty hardcore, like rebuilding your entire belief system. And I think that like, it's very beneficial though, I think, like for moving forward in terms of how you think about things.
Yeah, totally, because now I question everything I hear and like everything, even anything I believe, I don't, I have to try to debunk it to make sure that I'm not falling for some fucking bullshit like I did all those years, like.
Yeah. Yeah, because you've been there. You've been there to like listening to somebody tell you something, believing it all the way to your core because you were a kid, and then having that like you know, having to have that ripped aside. I just wanted to say I hate the idea of the like afterlife heaven thing too, just because it makes it so that like the beauty that exists with death, which is like the fact that it brings meaning to life and that you should enjoy your life because you're not going to be here forever. But it's like, yeah, you are. So then I feel like they can just, at the end of the day, like no matter what they're doing, if it's not what they truly want to be doing, if they're not truly fulfilled, then it's like, well, whatever, like this life is suffering anyways, which the Bible totally says in a million fucking ways, especially if you're Christian, you know, you're persecuted
Right.
and shit. Like, so they're like, well, that's just what I have to go through. And then like, I'll go to heaven one day, so it'll be fine. But then they never like really enjoy life because of that.
Yeah, totally. Because it tells you, like, oh, your real life's going to begin, you know, once you go to heaven, and this is just all suffering, and you need to just, like, devote your life to Jesus or whatever, and just don't worry about what you want. Just do what the Bible tells you to do. And then when you die, then the good part will happen or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, like I said, it's just.
What does the Bible
Such
tell
a
you to do?
fucking
Nothing.
waste.
Everything that you want to do, not that.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah, it literally is like against all your, you know, desires and wants and shit, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think maybe on the like 2023. Oh, it's not the recap. I have like a guest video that's featuring all the guests that are on this stream, and I don't know if that's where, but it's you, like you're, you know, in your part of it. I think it's you saying something exactly like that, basically.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we talk about it like a lot because yeah, that's really affect. Like I said, I
Yeah.
feel like I can't get that part of my life back, and I just wasted it
Yeah.
with devoting my life to the Bible and shit. And like now it's just like now I'm trying to live as
But-
much as I can, like
Yeah.
with, you know, for myself or for
Well, in a lot of ways, though, that's like what makes you so cool, too, like of who you are, is because like you've been through that and now you've developed your unique belief system. And like really, a lot of people, whether they're Christian or not, haven't gone through, like they haven't done it to that extent. So like a lot of people aren't really questioning authentically, like authentically questioning
Yeah.
their belief systems, regardless of what it is. And so like they don't, because once you've done that, I think it makes it easier to like do what you want, pursue what you want, and know what you
definitely
want.
does, yeah. Because
Um,
yeah, it's kind of just opens your eyes to like, oh man, I need to.
I gotta, especially, yeah, one,
Yeah,
if you believed you were going to heaven too, and then now you're like, no, then it really is like, yeah, let's fucking, let's try to be happy since we're alive. 'Cause-
yeah. Make my own heaven, or you know,
Yep.
just do whatever the fuck.
Or accept the fact that we're already in
Swim
hell. and
Swim
see,
Yeah,
like, there's still
that
good things
too.
here.
Yeah, it's kind of both, really. Yeah,
Um,
it's a mixture. Everybody's just like so. Just goes with the status quo, like kind of like, well, that's just the way it is. Like that's what I have to do. Like get married and have a
Bible
kid
of
and get a
bitch.
house and like that's what I'm supposed to do. But it's
Yeah.
not what you want to do.
God damn America!
You think that's
No.
what?
well, I knew that I wasn't what I wanted to do, but I still got married when I was 21. And
Oh damn!
yeah, like I guess because I actually met my ex-wife like in church when we were little kids, like, you know, children's church. And
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, so like we knew each other for a long time, but even though I had basically like I consider myself an atheist, maybe I wasn't fully there yet. I wasn't going to church anymore. I didn't like the church. I didn't like Christians or like Christianity, whatever, like, and then but I still ended up getting married because we had been dating for however long before that, like, and I was like, this is what I want to do. But I knew deep down too, and what's really weird, and this kind of gets towards intuition, like I knew in my intuition that I wasn't what I wanted for my life, but I rejected that and it's weird because they try to teach you to listen to your like inner voice or like the Holy Spirit, but at
Oh
this,
yeah,
but like it's weird because the way they
they
teach it is like it actually fucks you up in that in your ability to tune into it because you're constantly questioning like because it's not just your intuition, it's tied to this moral system of the Bible. So it's like, well, what if what I want is against the Bible? Like, you know, to have partners who are not of the fucking opposite gender assigned at birth.
The
Like,
Bible of bitch.
Yeah,
if that's, you know,
yeah,
what you really want, you
exactly.
know deep down, but like it's conflicted by the Bible. So then you never really do know what your intuition is saying.
Yeah, that was like one of the big things that also like got me questioning everything was that like being a, you know, a queer and them telling me that like I'm basically the same as a murderer because, you know, all the sins are the same in the eyes of God. So like if you suck a dick, like you know, it's just it might as well be murdering somebody or some shit. And I'm like,
Yep.
well, then why did God make me like this? Like, why would He make me gay
Yep.
if He
God made me evil.
hates like what the fuck?
Was I
Like,
meant to be evil?
yeah, like why did He do that? So that like got me. That put
Have
me
you,
on the path.
did you ever
That was
think
the
you were the
main thing.
Antichrist?
No.
Because I've known people who thought that, and I think it relates. I think it has something to do with that sort of a dynamic of like
Well,
being
my
questioning, like,
family
why am I here?
members.
And I'm a sinner, obviously, so much.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I definitely thought of that, but my family members always had ideas of who the Antichrist was, so they'd be like, "This
right.
person's the Antichrist," or "That person's the Antichrist," and
After the
shit. And
first one
so
fails, you move
I
on and
just assumed it was
never
who
look
they were
back.
saying. Yeah, like I'm like,
I
oh,
remember lots
okay.
of Obama's the Antichrist, lots and lots and
Yeah,
lots.
Obama was their big. They still, some of them still are on the Obamas, the
Of course. Thanks,
Antichrist shit.
Obama.
Yeah.
Fucking A. I mean,
Yeah, thanks, Obama. I literally stopped one of my family members from assassinating Obama, or at
oh
least
my God.
they said they were going to, because they were like, he's the
Fucking A.
Antichrist. I'm gonna have to, you know, I'm gonna shoot him or whatever. And I was like, but if he's the Antichrist, doesn't he need to like carry out God's plan?
Oh my
And they were
God.
like, oh yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
think of that. And I'm like, Psh,
That's the kind of shit I always
well,
fucking think about with Christians. It's like when Donald Trump doesn't win the election. It's like, didn't God do that? Like, what you
is
said,
he
God made
chosen
him
by
president,
God?
and now he's not. So, like, is it the Democrats rigging the election? Like,
Yeah.
or is it God?
The
Did God?
Democrats more powerful than God now? Like,
Yeah,
damn.
if either they're more powerful or God is like allowing it. In which case, chill the
Yeah,
fuck out, dude.
right.
I
Maybe
don't.
he
It doesn't make
wanted
sense.
Joe Biden, I guess, as it turns out.
Fucking
Yeah,
A.
it's the
Go ahead.
yeah. I don't know how they still believe it after all these years. Like, it's crazy to me
I
because
mean,
it's
because to
just
reject it
so
at this
many
point,
things. Like,
to reject it
yeah,
at this point would mean like, well, they would have to come to terms with things that
right.
you've come to terms with, which is like all those years, all the things, all the
Yeah,
choices that I made, all the things that I, you know, all the things that I didn't. What is this person saying? The moment y'all get someone who knows the Bible on your ass, your debunks are absolutely trash. That's the person that you just timed out
uh,
or whatever. My dad was a pastor, so like we've been through this.
yeah.
I
We
definitely
read the
know the Bible.
Bible. Like, fucking, I know it better than any fucking Chuck.
But the
Like,
thing too
I
about
don't
any
even read the
Christians who
Bible.
say they know it is that like we'll just get them in the room with like other Christians and they'll fucking fight because like they don't even agree, dude. There's a million different
Yeah.
interpretations.
They all interpret it different. Yeah, that's the thing. And then they're like, well, these people, like my family says that Catholics aren't real Christians and they're all going to hell and shit. And it's just like, they believe the same shit. What the fuck are you talking? But like
Nah,
they don't
brother.
believe the real Christianity is like what they say. So it's just
Which is
like,
ours, definitely.
yeah, ours is the right one. Like,
We found the right one, even though like
'cause
what did
we're
they do to
so
find it?
smart. Like,
Did they do
yeah.
some kind of intellectual analysis to find the fucking right one and they found it after all this? No, they just stumbled into a
Yeah,
church
they
one
think they're
day.
smarter than everybody. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's like
what they
no,
want to
it
believe.
doesn't make any fucking sense, dude.
Hmm. Yeah,
Well,
it's
anyways, we could talk about that forever. I think that like,
yeah, for sure.
oh shit, wait. Uh I don't know if Kai is coming on soon or But
They said they were, but I haven't seen them in a minute, so I don't know if they went to sleep or something. Because they were in earlier, and I was like,
my
oh,
boy,
it's
that's my
gonna be
boy, that's
like
my boy, that's my boy,
later
so-
tonight. So
Or baby daddy.
well, we'll
they
see.
might
I
have
mean,
passed out or something.
Kaya,
I'm
you
not
can
sure, but
jump in
it'd be cool.
anytime.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I want to talk about the the music performance thing because like
Oh
I
hell yeah.
think it's been basically since the pandemic since I played any shows too. Like I remember one of the last ones was like so like my older brother died in 2018 and like he
Oh
had this
man.
thing called Mountain Trash, which is what we changed the name of our band to after he died. And he played bass for us, but like a year afterwards, well, he did this thing called Mountain Trash Bash, where like they would all go camping in the mountains and party, and then like the next day they would clean up the whole area, not just like the trash obviously that they brought, but like they would spread out like into the forest and like get any
Oh
trash they could
wow.
find.
That's cool as hell. Damn.
Yeah, and so like and they had like jacket patches or whatever. So we had the Mountain Trash Bash like to honor him like a year after he died or something like that. And it was all fucking satanic and sick as fuck. Like I had like upside down cross on my forehead and like, wore the
Oh
kilt
yeah.
and all that shit. My first, not really a skirt, but it was like it's getting you there. I recommend trying one. You wear kilts on, you have
Hell
multiple
yeah.
kilts, right?
No, I don't have any kilts.
You
I
just
have
you just have
skirts
skirts.
and mini skirts and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
pin
Nice.
shirt skirts and shit.
I mean, kilts are like very utilitarian. Like they have cool pockets and shit. It's
Yeah,
nice.
I would definitely rock one, but
But yeah, like so that was probably one of the last ones that I remember before pandemic. And then like I had a newborn kid at home, so I was really trying to be careful and shit with COVID, and I was
oh
reporting, so I
fuck
was
yeah.
like really aware about COVID like way before like most people, just because I had to be like, and I was reporting on it and trying to learn about it. So, but yeah,
Oh
I'm trying to think if I've
yeah.
played any live shows since then. Like maybe one or two little things, like nothing really.
Yeah. Yeah, I've
If
been
it
too
was,
afraid. Like,
yeah. And that shit
'cause I
sucks because that's everything.
yeah.
That's like there's lifeblood in that. I don't know, for a
Exactly. That was my
musician.
whole life before this shit,
Yeah.
like I would do whatever I could to like be able to go on tour again because that was, even though it was like we're not making any money, we're just, losing money, but it's the experience
Yeah,
is
pay to play.
fucking amazing. Yeah, it's
Fuck
just
yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, have you ever played I'm guessing the answer is yes, but like have you played shows that are just so bad though? Because like nobody
oh
fucking cares
oh
and
fuck
it's just
yeah.
a weird
Yeah,
social
I've so
fucking weird
like
ass social
so many
dynamic.
shows like that.
Musician
Yeah, totally.
politics.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I did a lot of those early on. I mean, I started playing in the church band, but once I started playing with Cole and James, the two guitar player brothers that are in Mountain Trash with me, um, shit just clicked. Like every show we played after that was just so fucking epic, and they're almost all just like parties, kind of like that happen every
Yeah.
year. But they're just so fun and like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like I definitely fucking miss that the attention and adoration. I mean, that's obviously why I'm part of why I'm on stream, but it's not the same.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, kind of same pretty much like
It's way
yeah,
more putting
that's just
yourself out there. I don't know. What kind of did you just like solo act or did you play with other musicians?
No, yeah, I had a band. I had a bunch of different. I had USA0le, which was like just my chip tune, like by myself. Uh, then I had Bit Mummy, which was my punk band that we had like a whole band, and then we would have drummers in and out. Usually, I just had the Game Boy play the drums or
Mm.
whatever because we just had so many problems with drummers and shit. Like,
Wait, literally the Game Boy?
Yeah, like I make the beats on
You were
the
using
Game
it as a
Boy.
drum. You use it as a drum machine.
Yeah, I used that as drum machine, the Game Boy synthesizers and shit. And then I would also have like, little bleeps and bloops and shit in the background.
Hell yeah.
And
Damn, I wish I could
yeah,
go back. I just wish I could be transported to a moment in time of like seeing you or like your live band. That would be sick.
yeah. I
Like,
mean, there's shit on YouTube and shit that I
oh
can
yeah?
show you. Yeah, I can send you some
Okay.
shit from.
Yeah, no, I'd
Yeah,
love to
cause
check it out.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, there's all kinds of different arcs to it. Like I started out, it was just me, and then we had a whole band with me and a bass player and a drummer, and I played guitar and sang, and then there was like the beats in the background, and like uh then we kept losing drummers like in and out. We'd get a drummer and then they would like quit and
Hmm.
whatever. Like so,
Fucking drummers,
or
man.
they wouldn't be able to go on tour because they couldn't like take off work or some shit. So we would just be like, fuck it, we're just go without them, I guess, and just have the Game Boy do it.
It's
Which
funny.
basically after a while we just said fuck it and I just have the Game Boy play all the drums and shit. But
I wonder if that's a drummer thing. I don't know. I guess like I've always been steady in my bands as the drummer once I get established. But like, I mean, I haven't had that many bands. Like, I'm the same way with relationships, I guess. But like, um, it's my band now. Like, they have a million stories of all. They have a bunch of horror stories of all the drummers they dealt with too.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's just a drummer thing because
I've seen a lot of drummers do
thing.
cringy,
Yeah,
unprofessional shit too. Like so many. Like a lot of times
yeah.
at shows, it was a drummer causing drama.
Hmm. We
But
definitely
not
had
me
that.
though. I'm different.
Oh yeah, Tubbring. Also, yeah, I was in a band called Super 8-Bit Brothers, Berlin. I forgot. Like, so I got to join like one of my favorite bands. They have a band called Tubbring, and their side band is called Super 8-Bit Brothers, and they're like, I was like a huge fan of them, and so they were looking for like a DJ and someone who did the Game Boy synthesizers or whatever. Like they were looking for two people, and I hit them up, and I was like, I do both, and fucking they gave me some songs, and I put some shit to it, and they were like, okay, you want to go on tour with us for the next like 2 months? And I was just after that, but then we broke up as a band because a lot happened with the main composer of the songs, Rob Kleiner. He started doing like he did a song with like CeeLo Green, and then it ended up on the fucking soundtrack for one of the what the fuck is the movies with the werewolf and the vampire. It was
Twilight?
like called New Moon. Yeah, Twilight. Yeah, it was on the
Damn.
Twilight New Moon
Damn. That's
soundtrack,
crazy.
and then that shit went gold. So then he got an offer from Atlantic Records to be like a producer, and so that was like some chance of a lifetime shit. So he
Yeah.
did that, and we were just like, the band's over, I guess.
They're
Like,
just like, bye.
yeah, which like, what are we gonna do? Be like, no, you gotta keep being a band with us, like,
Interesting. I had a similar thing with my first band. My first band was called Violent by Nature. Well, actually, this hat, that's what this hat is. This is a
Oh,
Violent by
cool.
Nature hat. And it's because of a scripture. Because I started
Oh,
it with
for
my
real?
dad's like high school best friend who went to like college for guitar or some shit. Um, because I had started bands before with my brother, but my brother played guitar, and so we started a band with this guy Mike, aka Crafty, called Violent by Nature. And there's a scripture, the kingdom of heaven suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. So like that was where it came from. And then
Okay.
eventually, like we just wrote a bunch of songs, and like he recycled songs that he had from previous bands, and we reworked them or whatever. And then eventually my dad, who was the pastor, like joined the band basically. Well, not basically, he did. He was the lead singer, and he wrote a ton of lyrics. And that was around the time that like we started distancing ourselves from like the sister church that founded our like that we were founded from, I guess. And like shit got all weird, and he was all mad or whatever. But yeah, that went on for a while. We recorded an album and did a bunch of shit, played a bunch of shows. People really did not fucking get us because our music was like very violent, metally, punk shit. But then like we were a Christian band, kind of. I don't know, but it's all weird.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit going on. Like, there's a lot of good, like, punk Christian.
Yeah,
bands
for
out
sure.
there
Yeah,
and
and that's a
shit,
lot
so-
of what I was influenced by
Under
early, 'cause
Oath.
what I was
Shit,
allowed to.
yeah.
Did you ever listen to Thousand Foot Crutch?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I listen to
Um,
all that shit. MXPX and the Super.
Oh, I love
Tones,
MXPX.
and
Yeah, to
yeah,
this
that
day
was
I'll
my
still rock
favorite.
MXPX.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
same. Yeah.
Fucking,
then
one
I
of my
found
hats is an
out about
MXPX pin.
no, yeah. Then I found about the NoFX, which is what they
Yeah.
were basically copying, and I was like,
Yep.
oh, this is the real one. Okay, like I
Yeah.
kind of just totally quit like Christian music, like after.
Yeah.
Like I
same.
listen to it for nostalgia reasons,
Yep.
like when I'm alone by
Occasionally.
myself with nobody around,
Yeah.
under the blankets with all the lights turned off. You know?
Sometimes I go through it on
In
stream just to be
secret.
like, oh, this was
Yeah.
this was that, you know. Like Thousand Foot
Yeah.
Crutch's first album, that was my big Thousand Foot Crutch was like my main one. Their first album was like rapcore.
Okay.
So yeah, it's like
That's
metal
right,
rap
yeah.
and it's pretty good. I mean
Uh-huh.
like but then I listen to it, I'm like, this is pretty good, but like everything else is better than this, so I'm just gonna not gonna like
Yeah.
listen to it all on a regular basis.
You know what?
And
That's funny.
Striper,
That's,
yeah.
yeah, that's another thing that got me questioning the religion thing because I was only allowed to listen to Christian music, so that's
Same.
what I was. But I
For the
had a
most part,
friend
yeah.
at school because I went to a public school, so everybody else thought my family was fucking crazy and shit.
Yeah.
But I had a friend that would like let me borrow like CDs and stuff of like, oh, you gotta listen to this band and shit, and I would listen to them like in my headphones, like when nobody was home and shit. And
Peel the
it was
label
like,
off a different CD, put it on.
yeah,
It's
I would
just-
hide
Mom,
them,
it's just
like,
the
under bed
Newsboys.
and shit. Yeah, the fucking Newsboys. Oh god, I saw them live and shit, dude. They're
Nice.
uh,
What a fucking
but-
Counting Crows, shit like that.
yeah.
Wait, is that a secular band?
Oh, they're secular. Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of it. I can't remember what I'm thinking
Jars
of.
of Clay, maybe.
No,
You're
or
thinking of-
not Third Day's Grace. They were like almost
Oh,
like weirdly
I know what you're
Christian
talking about.
seeming.
Fuck, I know exactly what you're saying. I just can't think of the fucking.
3 Days Grace is the band I'm thinking of, but that's not the one I was trying to say
Yeah,
earlier.
no, there's a Christian one that's with a similar name.
Casting
yeah.
Crowns is one. It sounds
I don't know
dude. There's
that
so
one.
fucking many.
Yeah,
but yeah.
there was. Like,
Probably
it's
one of the
just
biggest
whole-
is Skillet. They got pretty
Skillet
big.
was my favorite. Yeah, Skillet.
Especially
was,
early. If you listen to
because
their
they were
first
like the
album,
9 Inch Nails. Yeah,
Yeah.
the first album, it was like 9 Inch
it's so
Nails. but it was
grungy and like
Christian.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so dirty
that's what-
sounding compared
was
to
the
the rest of
thing.
their shit.
Yeah, my friend would let me borrow their like 9 Inch Nails CD, and I would hear that, and I would be like, "Well, wait, like this music supposedly has the power of God behind it, and it sucks." And this secular music that's saying God is dead and no one cares, and if there's a hell, I'll see you there, is awesome. What the fuck is going on? Like, why is the God music lesser than
Yeah. I feel like I don't know.
devil
Maybe there's
music or
probably some more
whatever.
obscure Christian bands that were like even better. You know what I mean? I mean, I can think of more.
Yeah.
Okay, there was another one.
Under
Disciple.
Oath was fucking dope as shit.
Did you ever hear of Disciple?
Oath? Nah, I don't.
Or fucking what's that other one called? Oh, the album's called Ignite the Machine. Junker George. You ever hear them?
Nah, I don't know that one either.
There's just so many like random, and they came through this small ass town because like, whatever, like dude was trying to make a music scene kind of, which is too small, but like, it's funny because a lot of those bands played their first like tour gigs here, and then they eventually got bigger later, but just in this tiny ass town at the fucking fairgrounds or some shit.
Yeah, I remember I went to like a Christian Woodstock, and I don't really
Yeah.
remember anything but the Supertones because I was like the
Hey,
band I was there to see and shit. They were like Mighty Mighty Boss Tones ripoff. That's another thing I always thought that was funny about a lot of Christian music was they would rip off shit so hard that even the name was like similar. It reminded me of like generic cereal, like crisp rice, and
Yeah.
then there's Rice Krispies, which is the real
Yeah.
shit. Like it was like,
Yeah.
MXPX, and then NoFX was the
Yeah.
real band, and that's what like had me.
They're counting on
Like-
that. Like they're literally like, oh, we're the Christian version, not thinking it's cringe because they're like,
Yeah,
They're
just
justified
like,
in it,
well, this
right?
is working, like, and
Yeah.
selling a lot of records, so we'll do this, but make it about Jesus and
I mean, no
whatever,
matter
yeah.
what they do, this kind of a Christian thing all the time. No matter what they do, right? Like if they can just if they believe that it's serving God, like getting people saved, like then they'll just do it and they'll justify it, even if it's cringe as fuck, like copying somebody's name. Yeah, being the wish.com version of whatever band.
Yeah, that's what they were. Like, and that got me like questioning that shit. I'm like, well, why is this like the lesser, when it's supposed to be like, they got God, the power of God, how are they making worse music? Like,
Yeah, well, because dude, obvious why? Because Lucifer fucking got kicked out.
yeah, true.
So
Running the music scene. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to
suck us in.
succeed and fucking sell
Yeah.
your soul to the Illuminati,
Right.
like yeah.
Oh, man.
Did you ever see the Power Team? Do you know what that is?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because there's other type of shit. It's not music, but it's like a performance thing. They're like strong men. They come through and like rip fucking phone books and like whatever. This is a technique to that. They break cinder blocks and bend
Oh.
pans.
Is it like Stomp?
I think there are more than one of this type of group, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never heard of it though. Yeah.
What's up, Demon Lemur Nick? Oh, what's up, Goofy for Jesus? Yeah, I mean, Power Team,
Sick.
they'd come through and do their fucking thing, demonstrations of strength, and make it all dramatic, and like, then get people saved, do an altar call type shit, and yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of other things like that. Oh, I went to a similar Christian Woodstock type of thing. It was called Heaven Fest. And the very first year we
okay.
went, it was in Denver. Yeah, the very first year we went, there was a hardcore stage, and so there was Devil Wears Prada, and fucking all kinds of
Yeah.
sick bands. Like I would still
there
go
was some
see.
good shit. Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that shit was dope. But after that first year, they didn't have the hardcore stage again, which sucks. But because yeah, of course not. But
Yeah, it was too hardcore. It was turning people away to Satan.
well, I remember a dude coming up to me and my brother, like, I don't know if he just spotted us, like he got a vibe, but he came up and he was like, do you guys listen to secular metal? And we're like, yeah, because I don't know, we wanted to be cool or something. And plus we did by that point. And he handed us like this card and it had like a sick fucking like skeletonized dude on it. I don't think I ever looked the band up. I probably lost the card, but so yeah, that was recruiting grounds for the Satanists, obviously.
Yeah. Oh shit! Chaotic Lord said "collective soul" in the chat, and I used to lie to my parents to be able to listen to secular music, and I would make up shit and say
Yep.
they were a Christian band. Like I did that with Collective Soul. I said, "Oh yeah, they pretend to be a secular band, and then when people go to the concert, they get saved for Jesus or whatever, and that's why they're Collective Soul, because they're collecting souls for Jesus." And so
Duh.
then I was allowed to
Duh.
listen to that shit.
It's like,
And I did
I'm
it
more
with a
Christian than
bunch of
you, Mom.
bands. Yeah, I did it with I told them Dinosaur Jr. was like, because they don't believe in, my family doesn't believe in dinosaurs, because it's not in the Bible or something. So I'd be like, oh yeah, they're talking about like dinosaurs aren't real. or
We talked
whatever.
about with Hildy earlier, because she went to the
Yeah.
Creation Museum. and-
Yeah. Don't they have like someone riding on a dinosaur or some shit, like a Bible
I
character?
don't know, maybe.
Riding, or no, that's the Ark.
I wouldn't be
Museum
surprised.
I'm thinking of.
Similar
It was the
thing,
Ark. Yeah. Which is basically almost the same thing. Yeah.
Epic. Honestly, keep it up, Christians. That is fucking great. That is
Yeah,
great
for
you.
real. Fucking
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, that's. Damn it. There's something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember now. I got distracted thinking about the guy asking Hildebeest, like, so like dinosaurs, like, existed at the same time as humans. Don't you think that? Like, evolution's not real. She started pulling out like tracks that they gave her, like that just be like, is God real?
Oh yeah.
Did you ever
Yeah,
do any Christian outreach cringe shit? Because I ended up doing a lot, like weird like plays. I remember like doing a mime thing once on Halloween.
Yeah, they used to try to get me. I would try to avoid that shit at all costs, but sometimes
Yeah.
I would have to, like, there's no getting out of it or whatever. And,
Yep.
like, with the youth group, we would go around and, like, try to tell people about Jesus. Basically, like, bother people and fucking be like, hey, you know about Jesus? Like, let me tell you. And we're all just little kids talking to, like, adults, like, trying to get them to accept Jesus in their heart and shit. It was so weird to like think about now. Like I could imagine if they rolled up on me now, like what I would say to like
I
I would
actually
probably
was,
be fucking with them. And I think a lot of people were fucking with us, but I didn't realize it at the time. Like,
yeah, fucking A, absolutely. Of course they will, because like
they
people
were like
try to,
trolling us.
yeah,
Yeah,
people try to
but
quote unquote witness to me still, like occasionally it'll happen.
yeah,
And I'm just sitting there like,
yeah,
yeah, I've never heard this before. Like, oh, yeah,
yeah,
like I know everything you're gonna say. I know everything that you're gonna fucking say. And
yeah,
like, if I
yeah.
actually said what I think, which you're doing to me right now, you might start crying. Like,
Yeah, exactly. I don't
which
want
I
to
don't want to
like
make you
make people
cry,
cry.
but you want to
Yeah.
proselytize.
I already did that to my family. I'm not trying to spoil anyone else's like time or whatever.
Oh, I was gonna say the whole like telling your parents that it's a Christian band. You could do that with Avenged Sevenfold too. I remember that was one because it's like,
Mm,
Avenged Sevenfold, because there's scriptures about like um you'll be avenged 7 times 70 or whatever the fuck, like, so
yeah.
yeah, so these like scriptural reference, and they're like, okay, if net don't even no zero thinking about it after that.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that with Ministry was another one that I was like, "Oh yeah, this is
You could do a
they're
testament.
Christian." And they just, they didn't even fucking they were like, "Oh, cool, yeah, no, the Christian man." So I was listening to Ministry, which is like totally like blasphemous as fuck, like
Yeah.
Psalm 69 was like the album that I had as a kid, and I was like, I thought I was like really getting away with something. I like listening to that shit. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe they fell for it.
That's awesome. Shit, I guess is there anything else that you want to talk about in particular? Like, I mean, it's 2024. Oh, well, let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
You mentioned wanting to do the festivals, the digital festivals, which like
Yeah. I'm
I think
gonna
you brought up
do
a
a
good point
bunch of
about how
them.
they did a bunch of that shit, and then like it's like COVID's not over for people who are
Yeah.
immunocompromised or just afraid of like getting long COVID or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
And the
go ask
numbers are going up
homozygote.
right now. Like
Yeah.
COVID's
Yep.
going around. Like
Yep.
I hear
Yep. Yep.
people in the store like, oh, my mom got COVID. I'm like, oh fuck. Like trying to run away from them and shit. Like, oh shit.
Yeah. So like, but like we got all these benefits and things from, uh, as fucked up as it was or whatever, like as disruptive as it was, like there was a lot of benefits. Suddenly all of the people who had for years been saying like, no, we can't co-work, blah, 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 or we can't remote work. It's like, actually we can. It's super easy. You're just a bitch and we have to now. Proof. Like, here's the proof. We can
Yeah.
literally do it now. And there's the same thing with like
Right.
a lot of online content. Like a lot of people there was a time like 2020, you couldn't buy capture cards. You couldn't buy fucking mirrorless cameras. Like everything was being bought because everybody was like
Yeah.
getting into streaming or just needing it for work or whatever. And like,
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
yeah, so then a
true.
bunch of like all this content developed. A ton of people started streaming at that time. Like I started right before that, I guess, or right around that time, or maybe after. I guess it was 2021. But either way, like, but then a lot of the like benefits that we got like went away, but the COVID's still here. So like
Yeah.
one should be, yeah, like digital music for people who like don't want to fucking go get COVID.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of my friends that are in bands and they went out on tour, like half of them fucking got COVID on tour, and they're like, "Oh, we all got COVID like at this show
Yeah,
or
of
some
course.
shit." I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what? Like, I couldn't believe that everybody was like just starting to tour again and shit. I was like, wait, because I was so excited about the online like stream festivals and shit. I was like, oh man, this is like
Yep.
gonna be amazing, and everybody quit doing it as soon as I started streaming. Basically, I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Well, especially because like it gives you new opportunities for how to produce it that isn't necessarily possible during an actual live stream. There's like
Yeah.
other things you don't have to worry about, like actual physical safety or like insurance and that kind of shit. And
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah.
but also,
Or-
I don't know, like fucking I lost my train of thought. Damn it. I almost finished it. Yeah, I guess like the oh, okay, that's what I was thinking of. Is like because I'm from a small town, really small town, and like that's always something that was a hindrance, right? Is like
Oh
there's no
yeah, because
music scene at all. There can't be. There
yeah,
just won't be one. There's no venues, et
right,
cetera, et
people don't want
cetera.
to play a show because nobody's gonna come to that town or whatever. Like,
Yeah, but
it's
like,
not a big city. People are like, what the? Where the hell is that?
and for a lot of type
You know?
of creative pursuits, unless you're playing fucking twangy boy bullshit, like, and you're gonna play the
Yeah, a
annual fucking
cover
4th of
band
July
or
barn
some
dance,
shit.
yeah,
Yeah, you can
whatever,
play it
like,
to fucking
then you can get your glory
yeah,
that way, I guess,
right.
like
Yeah,
muted, but not like your passion. But that's what I love about Twitch and places like that is the potential for doesn't matter where you're from, like the internet in general. I mean, but
yeah,
especially as a performance space, because that's ultimately what's lacking in small towns is like a good venue.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Totally.
but this gives a venue. It doesn't really matter where you're from, and that gives you the ability if you're hosting something to platform people who otherwise might not have that space.
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I was like, I couldn't believe like everybody just quit doing that. I thought it was gonna just go on for just like remote working. When people realized like, oh, I could just do this job from home. Why the fuck would I go to the office anymore? You know, like I kind of was the same way with like the music. I was like, yeah, why the fuck would you
Yep.
go on tour, waste all your money, and like sleep
Go
on the
through all the
floor?
bullshit of live shows. Ugh,
Fucking
so much
yeah,
bullshit.
when you could just like do it from home and everyone can, you know, it's they don't even have to leave the house. They can, you know, because I used to have a problem like people would come into town, like my friends and shit, and I'm such a fucking antisocial, like, I have a hard time forcing myself out of the house for anything, but
Yeah,
like, you know,
I get it.
it's something I have to do or whatever. So,
Yeah,
like, I would miss people's shows and I would feel all bad and shit about it. Like, oh, I should have fucking went, but I'm such a, like, just full
yeah.
of anxiety around people and shit. And I just
Uh-huh.
don't want to be around everybody. And,
Because
like,
people suck.
yeah,
Because people suck.
yeah, motherfuckers
God.
will, yeah, what the fuck?
Especially the kinds of people who, I don't know, like go out all the time. Not always, but
Yeah, like I played a show with my friend Rainbow Dragon Eyes, who also plays in this drums in this band Necro Goblicon.
oh my
And,
God, really?
yeah, and
Holy
so I did a
shit.
show with
That's
them,
crazy.
and
Yeah, I know of
I
them.
was, yeah, they're fucking awesome. They're like
Fuck
doing
yeah.
really good. Yeah, they're doing all kinds of shit every
That's
time.
dope.
But I got beat the fuck up like in the pit during the Necrogoblicon set.
Oh,
Like motherfuckers just targeted me because I don't know, like they
damn, that
didn't like my
sucks.
music or fucking thought I was a dork or whatever. I don't know what it was, but
Like, it
like
wasn't like you
motherfuckers.
fucking fell down, whatever. It was like they actually, like, beat
No,
you
they
up.
were like beating the shit out of me. Like I was in the just trying to like dance in the pit, you know, like
Yeah,
moshing. Like
that sucks.
they were like fucking just wrecking me, dude. Like it was just like I was like, what the fuck, man? Like
Damn. So fucked. That's
I
like,
just hate those kind of
that's so
people.
shitty
Yeah.
because, like, I mean, a lot of, I don't know, like, in my mind, like, the pit is like a sacred place. Like, basically you might get fucked up, obviously, but like there's whole things about like if anybody falls down, like you pick them up immediately, like that's your responsibility. Like fucking
Right.
they're
There's
crowd
gotta be, like, a
protector people
etiquette
who like make sure
somewhat.
that nobody gets flung into the like crowd who doesn't want to be participating in
Yeah.
like the body slamming shit. I watched my dad
Yeah.
actually one time. I was at a Project 86 show, which was at a church. I don't know if you've ever heard of Project 86, but like
Yeah. Okay.
they're pretty cool. We were at a Project 86 show and like a little mosh pit started and some guy like really fucking slammed into my dad. Like obviously it was just like there's a point where it's
Yeah.
like, okay. And I like my dad literally fucking grabbed this motherfucker and like pulled him aside and was like screaming at him. Like basically being like, don't
Yeah,
fuck up
because
everyone's night. What are you doing, dipshit? And I'm
right,
just like,
there's some people that just come to the mosh pit so they can fuck people up, like they want to hurt people. Like
yep.
it's
And I've
just
heard of that happening plenty of times from
yeah, and
friends.
it's
Like
just bad. Like what the fuck?
my
Like
cousin, somebody like bit her one time and shit, like on the
whoa,
side,
what
like
the
really
fuck?
fucking hard. Yeah. And she was like
Like
tripping on something. So I was like, she like couldn't find
damn,
her friends. And yeah, I
that's
mean,
fucking
like,
crazy.
so yeah, it makes sense that like, it's like people could be like, oh, why don't you leave the house or go to a show? It's like, well, I mean, I have pretty good reasons. Like if
Yeah,
you think about it.
that's the kind of shit that I want to avoid. Like I know, like there's gonna be people there that are just like violent and want to hurt people and shit, and I just don't want to be around it because I'll accidentally get involved. And I don't even think like that every show has to be like some fucking super safe thing or whatever. Like, of course,
Yeah.
there's like hardcore shows where you go there and you know, like something might happen, like you might get fucked up or something, you
Yeah.
know, like
Well, I've been in mild ass mosh pits where people break their arms and shit because it just
yeah,
happens, like, you know, accidentally. So there's always some risk, but
right,
like,
right, yeah,
yeah,
there, you know, yeah, people get fucked up at shows, but I like the people that go to shows specifically to fuck
yeah.
up other people. Like it's just I don't
Pieces of
know.
shit.
That's just beyond what I think is like show etiquette or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, no,
Like
like, yeah, there should be fucking, I don't know. It's crazy because and like you can
yeah,
get away with a lot in a huge crowd. It's like a scary
right.
thing.
And I don't want there to be a bunch of fucking rules or anything. Like I just you know just like
Yeah, I
don't
mean, there's unspoken
hurt
shit. It's
people
just like
or
it's a
yeah.
social contract. Just don't break the fucking. Come on, bro. I mean, there's also the swing. I call them swingy boys. You know, the hardcore dancing where you swing your
Yeah,
hips,
yeah.
and kick and shit. And I get it.
Yeah, that's what
I
I'm
get
talking
it.
about.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Like, I guess, but like, they're trying to stay away. Like, there'll be people who do that and they like somehow maintain a distance with each other, and it's like the least amount of people for the biggest mosh pit you've ever seen because like they're all fucking doing sideways ninja kicks and shit, and you're like, this is something else. But it's fine, go for it. But like,
Yeah.
just don't mix it with the regular moshing.
Yeah.
Hey, Chrysanthemum, thank you for 17 months. Hi, Chrysanthemum. Oh shit.
Yeah.
So, anyways, you want to do those in 2024? Do you have any other like general? Do you fuck around with tarot at all?
With what? Like
Tarot?
tarot cards?
Yeah.
No, but I think it's super fucking interesting and shit. I like to
Have
watch
you? It
people
seems
do
like
it.
right up your
I
alley,
never,
honestly.
yeah, I never done it myself, but I've seen like people on stream and I've seen people, you know,
Yeah. I think it's interesting. What
uh,
about like astrology?
yeah, not really. I
Yeah. Are you pretty
don't really know.
skeptical?
Yeah, I'm kind of skeptical about everything
Yeah.
after, you know, like
Yep.
I
No, I
kind of
totally
feel
know.
like
I know exactly.
astrology's kind of like going down a religious road
It
again or
absolutely
something
can.
too much.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I felt that way. I felt that way too. Absolutely. For a long time, because I basically once I deconstructed was like totally skeptical, like, and maybe like where
Yeah.
you're at or somewhere around there,
Yeah,
like,
I'm
and I
still
still
like
kind of
that about
consider myself
everything.
that way. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
still kind of
I'm
consider.
even like that about leftism. Like I question
Yeah,
everything
There's a lot of
But that,
dogma
like,
and religious
yeah,
attitude behavior in leftism.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
definitely like I didn't realize there was that
Yeah, but like I
side of
guess
it really until
so it was
until I started streaming really. But
formerly Ancom Libra, OMG Libra, who like I know is
yeah,
also a big fan
yeah,
of yours.
they do the
Um
tarot cards, yeah, too.
I mean
That's one of the people I was talking about. Yeah.
they helped open me up to it by explaining that it's like it can be a psychological tool. So like basically or like actually I talked to a teacher last night and we were talking about tarot and the word she used was metacognitive or some shit like that, which was like a very teachery way of talking about it.
Mm.
And it's like whatever you get from the card is like not really it's not like God or whatever, the universal, and this is the truth. It's more of like a subjective, like helping you to understand what's in your subconscious thoughts and like saying them and then being like, oh, it's something a lot of times generally that you already knew, or it helps you reckon with those things. And sometimes the cards don't mean shit, or they're confusing. So it's like, but yeah, like that's what I get out of it, I guess. I don't really believe in it. And I found a similar thing with astrology, like the more I open up to it, but I remain skeptical. Like I'm not really gonna base my life on it, but I do find it to be like interesting. I don't know, and that's trying to connect back with
Yeah,
that
totally.
intuition that I feel like was taken from me by the weird religious experience that I had. So my inner voice, but not the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit with an E. Well,
Yeah,
I
the
mean, do you have
whole
the whole E Spirit? Yo, I mean, like, do you have any other like stuff for 2024? Do you have any other final thoughts like that you want to throw out there? General vibes?
um yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of ideas, but they're all kind of just
They're
in the works,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, I definitely want to do more of this, like collaborating with people. I'm just the worst with trying to uh schedule like something with something because I live my life so fucking like whatever happens today happens type of thing that like it's hard for me to be like, all right, let's do this day or whatever.
Oh, I mean, I'm the same way for sure. Like, especially lately. So I understand that. Like sometimes you just gotta go with the flow. A lot of times for me. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. Well, I'm glad that we gotta like talk, face to
Well,
face.
yeah.
That's like, I
Yeah, this
mean,
is
I
great. I
could
really
just probably
enjoyed.
keep talking for a really long time. So, let's definitely do
Yeah,
it again at
totally.
some point.
Fuck yeah.
And yeah, keep me updated about the whole, the whole e spirit. No, keep me updated about
Full e-spirit, baby.
keep me
Yeah.
updated about the digital festivals and shit. I
Yeah,
think
no,
that's
yeah, I
fucking
definitely
awesome,
want to
and
get
I would love
you
to be
on
part of
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean,
Hell
my
yeah.
band probably would do it too if you're trying to have bands. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, like
so
whatever you want to do. Yeah, if you want to do both, if you want to do like your
definitely,
band and
I'm sure my band would
side,
want to do
side
it. Like,
project.
fuck yeah. Yep,
Yeah,
yep, yep.
absolutely. That'd be the best. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, Mountain Trash.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Gwen, so much for being on stream.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna show you
Thanks for having me
this
on.
thing that I made. It's like, well, it's a choker, so it's just like it was just like a ribbon or whatever, and then there's like a pride flag in there,
Oh, damn, you
and then
made that?
and then I put the chains on there. So like,
That's fucking dope.
yeah. Oh, actually, that is one thing I need to talk to you about for
Christina.
real quick.
Thanks.
Touch on maybe we pin this for next time. Is like
Mhm.
because I kind of have been identifying as non-binary for a
Yeah,
bit.
I was gonna ask you about that. Yeah, because I wasn't sure what
Yeah, like I guess
pronouns if you like went full on
whatever. I mean,
NB
it's
or
he, they, I guess. Like,
okay. Yeah.
so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
Like,
use any and all now, which is like the
yeah,
easiest, like.
mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that seems like not that like far-fetched from where I'm at. Like, but I guess the way I explained it previously was just like, I feel kind of good with both like presentations, and like sometimes maybe it's gender fluid thing, but like sometimes I want to be one or the other. Like I like
Yeah,
the fact that you can like mix it and just do whatever you want though. Like to me that's like
exactly.
the most
Yeah.
freeing thing about it.
Right. It's like a life changing. It's like, why did nobody fucking tell me about this? Like, I couldn't
Yeah.
believe, I fit in somewhere this whole time. I just thought
Yeah.
it was just me.
But I like how it's also, speaking of like dogma, even that exists within like communities that we fuck with, like I like how it's even sort of stepping outside of whatever expectations people might have about you, because there will be a lot, like depending on how you identify, people expect you to like do a certain thing or be, they'll question your cred basically, and it's like, but like that doesn't allow people to express and find
Yeah.
themselves, like, so
Yeah,
that's, I
totally.
also like that about it. But yeah, so that's something I'd like to talk about more probably at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's all crazy, obviously, to me. Like it's it's been, I mean, it's been good. I don't have any like negative things to say about it.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
like exploring, I guess.
yeah, totally. I mean, it's definitely like so freeing to just be able to even explore your gender and shit. It's like
Yeah.
such a life-changing thing for me, for like the better, like
Yeah. Well, I'm so lucky to have a space where I can do it and like be supported in it.
totally, exactly,
Because like
same.
otherwise
Like,
I would have nothing. Like my
right.
area, there's nothing. There's not like
Yeah.
queer groups. There's not like, I mean, my family is supportive, and that's honestly, I'm also very lucky about that. But even with them, it's
Yeah.
not like I really go out like this with my family, because like I don't want to. I still feel like it's probably would make them uncomfortable or something. Like
It
not
would,
like they're acting
yeah,
that way,
freak them
but
out a little bit or something. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, but like being able to have people who get it, who understand, and are supportive is really
Totally, yeah.
beneficial.
Yeah, this whole Twitch community is fucking amazing. Like, this is
Well, I
the
mean, you're a
only
massive part of that
space
for
I
me.
really have this
Yeah.
to like. I don't in my IRL. I have a few friends that like accept me for anything, but for the most part, yeah,
Yeah. Well, my
I don't
friends
have a
do,
place where I
like
could be
they know
this
about it,
open.
but they don't really see me like the way that my community does, I guess. Like literally,
Yeah,
and in like like, I don't know, not like physical sense. They don't really like, they're not like hanging out with me in this way,
yeah,
in the way that I hang out with chat and like other streamers. So
yeah,
yeah, I can relate to
totally.
that a lot.
Oh yeah,
Well, anyways, it's been super
yeah,
good to talk to you. Thanks for
yeah.
thanks
Thanks
for
for
spending so
having
much time.
me on. This was fucking dope. Yeah,
Hell
we definitely
yeah.
got to do this again.
We will. We
Someday
will. Yeah,
soon.
and I'm happy to
Hell
come into your Discord, or you can go into mine, or whatever we got to do. But
yeah.
yes, very much enjoyed it. Everybody make sure that you follow Usah0le.
Yeah, same. Follow level. I'm pretty sure everybody here does,
Yeah,
but I don't know
gotta.
if they don't like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I will see you soon. Probably in
Hell
your chat or
yeah.
elsewhere. So,
All right. Love Bigly. Later, homie.
bye.
Levelhead. I am Levelhead.